Hey everybody. So I wanted to touch on failure and perception of failure real quick. I was listening to a phenomenal podcast by Ed Milet, actually a couple of them. And one of the things that they were talking about, and this is going to be my perception, along with it, is if you have tried something multiple times and perceive that you fail at it, I challenge you to take a step back and instead of thinking, I've failed at something, think, this did not work out how I wanted it to. What can I learn from this to continue moving forward? So a lot of times you'll see a lot of athletes I'll work with or individuals just within their health journeys, you'll see a lot of before and afters and things like that. But what you don't see are all the small times that it may not have gone as planned, but they learned and then continued moving forward. Okay, now I do have a lot of people that just quit and gave up and stopped. And I would challenge them to say, you may have failed at this, but did you continue to try, or did you just throw in the towel and say, no, there's nothing I can learn, I'm done? So the caveat to this, the other side, what I want you to think about as well, is disconnecting the thought of failure in relation to what's my end goal and saying, okay, I'm going to learn from each situation to focus on the present and the continued process to get there. Okay, so in the big scheme, in the big picture, you might think that you have failed in relation to this massive goal that you have, but that's not necessarily true, because if you can look back and say, at this point today, I am better and more, progressing forward more than I did yesterday, that's still progress. So it's never going to be perfect, but if you can disconnect the thought of I keep failing and say, okay, I have tried multiple things, I need to learn and then continue growing. And then those small steps are going to get you to that goal. Okay. So, you can figure out a bunch of analogies. You're building a brick wall. This is one that they use in the podcast. You're building the brick wall. You're not focusing on the complete wall, right? You need to focus on brick by brick by brick, and then the wall is going to be there, right? So when we talk about our targets and our goals, we have to take a lot of steps back and say, I need to focus on what's going to get me there and learn as I stumble, but don't consider it a failure. Okay? So I hope this helps somebody out there. I listened to the podcast 2 times in a row, and I'm about to listen to it again because there are just some amazing little snippets out of there that you can apply to your own life when it comes to business, when it comes to finances, sports, education, any of that. Okay? We all have situations in our life that we think we have failed. But as long as you do not give up, you have to make the effort, the conscious effort to say, I will learn and I will continue forward. Okay? Hope that helps. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and enjoy it.